Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler 2 with me, Herd 37. Been a couple weeks since I've flown, started my new job and everything. I wanted to fly last weekend, but didn't get a chance to. So now we're going to do some jobs. In this one, we're going to go from Huntington to, which is KHTS, our base, going to Elkins, West Virginia. That's KEKN. I was kind of surprised when I saw that, man. Elkins, I was actually born and lived for a few years, just like a half hour away. I just was at Elkins a few weeks ago playing golf and everything. And my grandparents used to live there, because I know all about Elkins growing up. But also, it pays a ton of money, $7,636. It's one of the highest paying ones on here, maybe second or third on the entire list. That's pretty cool. We make a ton of money off that. It's only 130 miles, and we're going to be taking some tools. And I've actually already loaded up the plane. Let's go ahead and hit fly now. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at this. Almost forgot. I set it up. I'll probably have to take these out. FSX can't read those a lot of the times, so I'll probably have to take those all those waypoints out. But as you can see, we're going to be landing on runway 5. You can see basically all the wind and everything is basically coming from the north. So there's actually 2 runways here. And, we're going to go ahead and land on runway 5. Take a look at the chart here. Come in, we're going to be at 5,900 feet to DOFAD, 032 degrees to LEM at 4,500 feet. Continue on to JN IFR, I guess Jennifer is short for, 3,700 feet. Zorab, 3,360 feet. And 3 miles later, we get to Koba. And down to the runway. The airport elevation is 1,987 feet. Touchdown point is 1,973 feet. 032 degrees. It says that that's actually the approach course, and I'll show you the something else here in a second. It's runway 5, and it's 4,347 feet long. I think this has got around 4,500. And the actual, as you can see, you come in here to Koba, and the actual heading of the runway is, I think I've got it written down here, 048 degrees. So we'll see, we'll turn to the right, down for runway 5. So with that, let's go back over to Air Hauler. Like I said, I've already got it loaded up. 664 pounds. We're taking 16 gallons of fuel. Estimated range 153, which is fine because it's just around 130, so we should have some extra. Alright, I'll set it to VFR, although that won't work. And we'll go, I guess, we'll just go 5,500. We're kind of heavy. 664, it's more than we should take, but we don't have much fuel, so it should be alright. Make it 12:30 or 12:50 p.m. Last position, that should be good. Alright, so hopefully that is us, though. I can't ever remember. Alright, so hopefully it'll be 12:54s that I can get this set up. Alright, let's go ahead and meet at the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. I don't know, it started up weird. It started up with like the flaps down and everything, which is kind of odd. Let's go ahead and we'll get this thing started up. The throttle, let's open that up just a little bit, 1/4 inch or so. Make sure it isn't idle cutoff, proper is clear. Master switch. Put that on. That sound is the flaps retracting. I already hit the button, so they're retracting. Alright, the beacon comes on. Auxiliary fuel pump, we're not going to prime it up and everything, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's give her just a little bit of fuel. So if we can't get her started up here. Push that in. Just a little more throttle. We'll bring this out to about 40% or so. Alright. So let me get rid of this yoke here. Oil pressure. Oil pressure is in the green, as is the temperature. Let's go ahead and turn our nav lights on. And we'll check our electrical system. So the master switch goes off. Taxi and landing will come on. Engine RPM comes down. Alright, now we'll turn the master switch on. Come up here, Here you can see we've got the voltage warning here in the annunciator panel. Let's take her up to 1500 RPM. See, the ammeter did go up, and the annunciator warning about the voltage has gone off. Check the ammeter, we are good. Bring this back down. So less than 1,000. Alright, we'll go ahead and turn the landing and taxi lights off. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the pitot heat. Avionics master switch is coming on. Let's get our radios all on. Are they already all on? It's kind of weird how this started up like this. Like I said, I haven't flown in a couple weeks, so it's kind of odd that it's starting up like that. Alright, so we'll turn that off. Radios are all on. The flaps are retracted. Alright. Go ahead and switch that to GPS because I know we need to do that. Huntington clearance. Of course, cancel this here in a second.
Cessna, November 7274 Hotel, IFR to Kilo, Echo, Kilo, November, ready to copy. Cessna, November 7274 Hotel is cleared to Kilo, Echo, Kilo,
5500. I don't know what runway I'm... I don't wonder what runway we're using. It's a crosswind. Read that back.
November 7274
They'll of course mess with it.
Echo Kilo November Airport as filed. Fly runway heading climate maintain 5,500. Departure on 132.905. Squawk 5611.
I get kind of annoyed having to listen to all that crap before we can cancel it. Alright, now we can get them to tell us what runway we're going to be using.
Round Cessna November
Put that back in the VFR.
Hotel with Papa, ready to taxi IFR. Cessna November 72.
Runway 12, 120. Which I can't remember the exact heading of the runway.
Contact tower on 118.5 when ready.
I think it's like 117 or something. I can't really remember. Acknowledge that. Turn on our progressive taxi. We'll turn on our taxi light.
Cessna 74 Hotel.
Alright, we'll go ahead and cancel IFR as well. Let's put our headphones on.
Hotel, cancel IFR at this time. Cessna 74 Hotel.
So we're taking off that direction.
Taxi to runway and request VFR departure from tower.
We could probably take off from right here, but it might be a little close. Come on down here and take off from over here. Alright. Taxi light is on. Brake coming off. See, it sounds like she's bouncing. We haven't even moved yet. It's kind of odd. Let's actually turn over to the tower. Come over here and take off. Be nice to fly again. I haven't flown in a while. I did fly a little bit last weekend. I did not fly on air hauler. I've been practicing air hauler too. I've been practicing. Got the Fokker F-27 Friendship, and I'm gonna fly that in air hauler, the original air hauler. And I've been working on that because there's no GPS or anything, so we're gonna do navigation, real navigation, like back in the old days before GPS. And still, some people obviously do that. And I know a little bit how to do it. I'm not the best at it, obviously. We've done it in a bunch of planes in here, actually, but. So I've been working with that plane, and hopefully I'll be able to fly that maybe this weekend. It takes a little longer to do those videos and everything because having to switch over the radios and everything. I like to kind of talk when we do it and everything, but hopefully I'll get some of those out kind of soon. I think I've only got one left from the TriStar, one or two, and then I get two from the 767 that I absolutely hate. Absolutely hate that plane. Stupid plane. Let's turn these messages off. Getting a little fast here. Slow her down a little bit. Yeah, but I've been working at my new job now a couple weeks, and it's gone extremely boring because it's all training in the classroom. and I go out here in a couple days. When I go back, we're actually going to be out in the field doing some stuff. Probably not going to be very fun. I'm going to escort foreign nationals around and stuff like that. It's not really enjoyable. I've done escorting this before for people at the plant, different plants and stuff. Not fun. Alright, well, we'll park her right here for a second. Get rid of that. Put my parking brake back on. We'll do our run-up check here. Parking brake is set. Let's see, flight controls. I guess you want to see that. Doing good there. Rudder pedals. Alright, so flight instruments. Everything is checked. I've reset the altimeter, everything. Got that in GPS. Should be good there. So, fuel quantity. 8 and 8, like we should be, 16 gallons. So the mixture goes full rich. Our valve is in both. Fuel selector valve. So let me get rid of this yoke again. We're up to 1800. It's right at about 1800. Navigator exact. So let's do our magneto check. Well, that needle's kind of bouncing around. Left looks good. Right looks good. Put that back to both. Vacuum gauge looks good in the green. And the ammeter looks good as well. So we can bring this back. Let's ask the tower if we can head out of here. We're going up more to the east, I think, than anything. So we'll ask about the east.
Tower, Cessna, November 7274 Hotel, ready at runway 12, departure to the east. Cessna, November 7274 Hotel, clear for takeoff, runway 12, east departure, approved.
Bring the yoke back. Acknowledge that we
Clear for
can get
takeoff,
out of here.
runway 12, Cessna 74 Hotel.
Let's clear over here, clear over here. Get rid of that real quick. So landing lights can come on, the strobe can come on as well. There's an avionics, nav is set to GPS, elevator trim is set for takeoff. Set our flaps to 10 degrees. Let's get on out of here. Off to Elkins. Actually, it wasn't in Elkins a few weeks ago. I actually drove through it to get to Canadian Valley to go golfing. Oh, memories of little old Elkins. I said, lived a few years just half hour or so away. My family used to live in Elkins. Alright. Plenty of runway here. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to fly. Alright. Get up. One thing about taking off in this and in 182, because people were talking about it, actually you have to push down on the yoke when you're taking off to keep the front end down. And when I actually take off, I used to just let go of the yoke to let it come back, and it would fling us way up in the air. You actually nowadays, the only reason that doesn't happen is I know I have to fight it. Actually push it down. Man, this looks different. I can't even see the river. Flaps are being retracted. I really kind of want to take a look at this. This does not look like... I think maybe it's because I haven't taken off this way with North America from Orbex in here. Because normally, you know, we always see the river and everything. Off to our left. Actually, it should be off to my left. We never really use this runway. Man, this feels odd. I'm gonna go ahead and set the autopilot. Nav, vertical speed. We'll let it go 700 feet a minute. Set that to 5,500. Alright, use arm for the altitude. Wow, it looks... Maybe it's just because it's so far off now. I don't know. It's very odd. Look outside real quick. See, that still looks the same. I don't know. Just to me, it looks really different. I guess it really isn't. Maybe it's the colors that threw me off, the fall colors. I don't know. It just seems really odd because I could not see the river. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. I haven't flown here in a while, so maybe that was that. That really threw me off when we got up in the air. Alright, vertical speed. I thought I had it at 700. Maybe I had it at 50 or 500. We'll put up to 700. Say going up to 5,500, about 128 miles away, and at this speed it'll take us a little over an hour, 20 minutes. And that looks strange. You got trees and stuff in the water.
Hotel, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
That's awkward. We might need to run the FTX config tool. That looks. I don't know why that would be like that. Yeah, it shouldn't be like that at all, obviously. Someone way up there. Get these tools there. Man, we gotta get to another plane. I've been flying this plane so much. And I know you all can't wait till we get another plane. Because I definitely want to get another plane, and once we're at that point where we can buy another plane and everything, we should be good. Should be able to start hiring people too, and start making a lot more money for the company. Not just buy this plane, but we'll probably lease another one and do stuff like that. I want to keep this plane until we get there. Some people, I think, said you can lease planes at this point. You just can't buy them. But I don't know. Maybe it's the opposite way even. But I just want to keep this plane until we get to that point. Hopefully then we can really start ramping it up. This is 083. Ah, she jumped on me. Alright, we've gone over 3,000 feet now, so we can start leaning it out. Put it at 90. I'll just do a rough lean until we get up to our cruising altitude. 5,500. Looks pretty good. I think that's Huntington. Not bad. I kind of figured Huntington would be further down, but we are up in the air and moving pretty good. So that is it. Go ahead and put this to 80. Alright, so at this point, there's nothing really too much else to see or anything, so I think we'll go ahead and speed her up and be back in just a little bit. Alright everybody, slowing it down here. We're still up at 5,500 feet. Remember the landing altitude is around 1,985. So about 3,500 feet up above, so we don't have to descend too much. Let's go and see if I can find our approach in here. We do have GPS 5. Put that in. Vectors. It's not cool, is it? Alright. Vectors it is. Well, see, they do have Cobalt and Elim, so that's good. Only thing we're missing was DOFAD at 5,900. Elim, we want to be at 4,500 feet. So let me, before I activate that, go ahead and switch this over to heading, so it doesn't mess with us. Activate the approach. Alright, there it is. Alright, so we go on, I don't know where DOFAD was, should be right out here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this back over to nav. And Elim, let's see, Elim at 4,500 feet. It's 1,000 feet below. So move that to 4,500. And go to vertical speed. Send it 300 feet a minute. We'll see how that does. And from Elim, it's 032 to Jennifer. I'll call it Jennifer. And 032 to Zarub. And then remember, we switched the heading over to the runway heading 048. Actually move this to 032. There we go, 032. Alright, we're up on 5,300 feet. I'm going to enrich the mixture. I'll put it at 55 for right now. Coming into the big city of Elkins. And it's really small. Really small. Bigger than Buchanan, I think. In fact, that might actually be Buchanan over there. CBV-68, I'm not sure. It's only about a half hour from each other nowadays. I don't even see a town yet, but it is up in the mountains. It is up in the mountains. Alright, Elim 4,500. Just under 5,100 right now. I'm going to go ahead and speed up to 2x. Go ahead and enrich the mixture a little bit. I'll put it at 63. Stuff over to the left a little bit. I don't know why I can't ever get that view in here. It always switches over to the right a little bit. I don't know why EZDok is like that. Well, I guess it seems like it's always done that. That's got to be the airport. It was weird with that localizer right there. How it was centered. It's actually off the airport. It was just to get you in the area. I don't know. Alright, so we're already at 4,500. Then it'll be down to 3,700 at Jennifer, which isn't listed on here. The one that is, well, it's Cobalt. Got Zarub. Well, how did I not write down Cobalt? I know it was in there. Oh my goodness, I did not write it down. But Zarub at 3,360. I know why I didn't, because that's when you change the heading, and that's why I didn't write that down. There's the mountain. It's kind of looks like it's almost in a valley. No, the airport is right over by the so-called country club, the golf course. It's not a country club, it's just a golf course. I don't know why they call it the Elkins Country Club. Make it sound all sophisticated and everything. And it's not. Waiting for it to turn. Switch it down to normal speed. There we go. Wonder if I should go ahead and kick it into... Probably not. Into heading. Because, like I said, it doesn't go straight in. You actually turn to the right at the last moment. Anyway, we need to get down to about 3360. So I'll put it at 3300. Like that. Come on. There you go. Vertical speed. We'll descend at 300 feet a minute again. And like I said, keep in mind that altitude of the runway is 1,985 feet, so basically like 2,000. I guess the reason you come in straight and then to the right is probably because of these hills over here. I'm going to pull back on the throttle a little bit. I'm guessing that's our runway right there, so it kind of feels like we should probably get down a little quicker. I'm going to set this to 80. Quite honest, we can take this down to 2,000. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Almost feels like we're coming really quick. What is our heading right now? 034. I'm going to switch this over to heading 032. I feel like we're coming in way too high. Ah, man, it'd be nice to have like a co-pilot or something. So I can get everything written in here that I want to set up here. Set that up to 4,000. I'm trying to fly with one hand. It's not my good hand either. 04A is the running of the heading of the runway. So we need to come in here from the left more. Descending too quick now. What we're going to end up doing is getting ourselves too daggone low. That's never good. I'll go ahead and set the flaps to 10 degrees. Don't put up there too high. I feel like we're probably a little high. $20. Yeah, we've got to be high. Bring her down here. 30. But with the bumps, the ballooning effect. Bring it down now. Well, girl, we still gotta get down. More than I was hoping. Come on. I mean, kind of quick. I'm surprised there's no lights or anything.
500.
500 feet. We're not too bad. We're high, but it's not horrible at this point. We're already descending pretty quick, 700-800 feet.
Minimums. $100.
Speed is right there. Whoa, whoa,
50,
didn't need that.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Whoa, I pulled up on the thing a little too much there. I almost had a really good landing, but there at the end, when I pulled back, I kicked it over to the right. Almost a freaking disaster. From a really good landing to almost a disaster. Looks like this is a taxiway to our right. Is it not? It's got to be. Let's go out and check where are the facilities. I think those are the facilities. Yeah, over there. We'll go over there. 'Cause there's actually 2 areas that they had facilities at. We're going to come over to the right. And I forgot, I heard that freaking GPWS. I forgot we got to turn that off. Some people were asking me about that. Yeah, I got to turn it. I thought I turned it off last time, but apparently not. It's just still going. Because I noticed I turned off network mode, and I know we had that on last time. Started up fine this time, so I don't know why we had a problem there for a while. Alright, we can turn the strobe and the landing lights and the pitot heat off. I'll come down to here. I turned that on in mid-flight. It's not on the list, so I guess maybe I should check that. Or maybe I should start thinking in my head when it says radios and everything that it wants me to check that. Instead of just saying radios, because I mean, we've got all the radios, all the electronics and everything. I always think about communications and stuff. It said it was a smooth landing. It was almost a freaking disaster. I had it perfectly. Like the stall warning came on, and I pulled up. I just kicked over to the right. It was almost really good. Like I said, almost from good to disaster. Thought we might tip there for a second. It felt like we bounced a little bit. I'm not sure if we really did or not. Alright, so we're not going to go to the fuel area, obviously. That screws everything up, but I will pull, like, straight ahead, like, come in and go straight ahead. Pull ahead, like, where... Actually, I'll come over to the right a little bit. And then we'll pull straight over Parker. I guess it should have... Like it's been doing, should create a job here from Elkins. There's another one where I would have to fly out myself and get it, and we could fly back, but it's way too heavy. I think it was like 1,000 pounds or something. We just can't. I can't do that at all. Parking brake coming on. Get out the procedures. Parking brake is set. Electrical equipment needs to come off. Actually, before they do that, I'm going to turn the taxi light off. Alright, now we can turn off all the electrical stuff. Let's turn it all off. There we go. Forgot about how to do that for a second. Alright, the avionics master switch is off. Cut that. Turn the radios off. Turn off the master switch. And turn this off. And fuel selector valve. I don't know if I've been doing it. Have I been turning that over? I don't know if I have or not. I think I was supposed to turn off the ignition and then the master switch. I did that backwards. That's alright. We still have our headphones on. We'll take those off. Alright, let's go ahead and move over to Air Hauler and get ourselves paid. Alright, here we'll go ahead and unload our cargo. Very nice. Yeah, there's 2 right here at KEKN, Elkins. Elkins, Randolph County. Yeah, all my grandparents are dead now. I don't ever go there. Unfortunately, they're dead. Finished the flight monitoring. There's a smooth landing. Takeoff time, 1:01:31 p.m. And we touched out 2:16:08. It was 1 hour and 14 minutes. Took off with 96 pounds of fuel. Landed with 71. Using only 25 pounds. Max altitude, 5,518 feet. Max pitch, negative 11.61. Max roll, 19.9. Max speed, 116 knots. Minimum G, 0.8. Minimum G's exceeded 0. Max G's 1.5. Max G's exceeded 0. Stall false. Overspeed false. Landing description is smooth. Landed gear down true. Landed on asphalt. No damage to the surface or the plane. So we came down to 107.65 feet a minute. And our landing speed 42.69 knots. Landing pitch negative 8.6. Landing roll negative 0.38. Landing wind speed 5 coming from 290. Right. KEKN. Ah, man, come on. You got, like, could you make them any longer? That one's going out to Toronto. Ooh, I've got the scenery for Toronto. Man, that looks like a hell of a long flight, though. Nah, 287, I guess it's not that long. We could pick up some commodities there. The only thing is, man, that takes us so far away from Huntington. Let's see this. Does that go back to Huntington by any chance? No, that actually goes from Columbus up to there. Wow. It's a long flight. I guess, well, I just went 130 miles, and it's only 287, so that's a little bit more than double what I just did. So that's not that bad, actually. It doesn't pay the greatest. But, see, that's actually a little bit longer. It actually pays $1,200 more. It's actually a better flight, really. But, yeah. Wow, that's, see, then it'll probably create at least one more flight, one or two from Toronto. There's Rochester. That goes back to Huntington. That's too heavy, though. 965 pounds. I can't get all that back. Alright, well, really quickly, but I remember they changed that, the mission symbol. Let's check out the fleet. Actually, not fleet. Finance. Monthly overhead is still $13,900. We got $70,000 in the bank. I don't know if that's good or bad compared to the last one. Is our cash going down a little bit? Well, that's probably because I haven't flown in a while. That's why. Check out the ledger down here. So when was the last time we actually paid? Right there it was. Yeah, so this is only the second flight, that's why. Since we actually paid that. Wow, it's only like the second flight this month. It's kind of crazy. We brought in $7,600. It's a pretty good payday for us. Let's go back over to info. Reputation log. Cargo up. Alright, we went up 1, which is what we want. What? That's not. Wait, 920. Yeah, that is. Alright, I was going to say. So, it didn't have a description. Where do I want to go? Rotation graph. So 33.3. We just got to get up to 40. It's at 6.7. I'm afraid that's going to be 18, 19, like 20 more flights. Hopefully not. I mean, this has been a long. I think it was like that in Air Hauler, though, man. The original. It takes forever to get up to that point. It's kind of aggravating, to be quite honest. All right. I wish we had some missions to look at. Like, Toronto, what if I... Nah, I want to take cargo. So you can't get any commodities there. It's kind of heavy at 686. And once we get to Toronto, I wonder if I could just fly something back. See, this probably doesn't have any. Does it have any missions? Pilot watches. We'll pay. Pilot watches. I know we have watches somewhere. Where do you get pilot watches? I don't know if that's different or not. Is there any missions at Huntington? Did that even select KHTS? Yes, it did, but it says, I don't know what that is. Courier. I need someone to take 108 pounds of emergency medical supplies to it's almost like an organ because you have so much time. Huntington to 94 within 163 minutes, so less than 3 hours. I wonder where we'll have to look at that because that's our base. We could have done a mission out of there. I didn't know we had any missions there. So that'd be nice. It sounds like it was Oregon thing because you need it within 3 hours. Like I say, I don't know where 94 is. Well, that's not going to help. Right here. No, that's KBCB. See, it's got... Can't quite... Come on, thing. I don't know what's so hard to get there. There we go. But it's not going to help with the mission. 94. Unless it's this green one. There it is. Wow, that's a little bit of a haul. 3 hours? I don't know that I could get there in 3 hours in a little Cessna. It only pays $1,800, but the thing is, it helps with the reputation as well. But hell, it doesn't do that enough to make me want to go out and do that because of the money. These pay more, and it helps with the reputation the same. All right, well, I guess after all of that, that's going to be the end of the episode. I hope you all did enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. See you on the next flight.